there, welcome to a Monday evening edition of Caffeinated Crafting. My name is Danielle, known as Caffeinated Gert around the interwebs. And yeah, it's Monday. It is January 23rd. The weekend really just got away from me, and so here we are. At first I thought, well, I'll just skip this week because I didn't do like a whole lot. But then I thought, well, I kind of skipped last week too, and I do want to keep myself accountable. So here we are. I got started on my nephew's little kiwi bird. Oh, I should have pulled that pattern out before I hit record, but it's right here. I just need to pull it out. Let's see what we got here. Kiwi, little kiwi. Use a kiwi. Oh, is it not there? I lied, it's not there. Okay, I don't know where the pattern is. That's a problem. Anyway, I picked out colors, decided to make the bird blue and then the beak and the feet yellow. I'm using Red Heart Super Saver, and this is Cascade 220 Super Wash. But I have finished the beak, and I started the body. That's it. That's it. Yeah, so we'll just put that back up, and it's okay if we don't have the pattern today. And we'll just revisit that when there's a little progress. Okay. Okay. I did start a project page for it. So if you're dying to see the pattern, follow the link below over to my Ravelry project page. While I was visiting with family, I did work on my whatchamacallit. Why can I never remember this blanket name? Jelly roll. It's a jelly roll blanket. And I'm using leftover scraps. And I'm not making a blanket. I'm going to turn mine into a pillow cover. But the exciting thing is I'm making 4 strips. And I have finally started the 4th strip. Yay! I worked on this a couple of weeks ago at this point while we were at my mother-in-law's for her birthday. So I got quite a bit done on it that day. Let me take a gander here. Oh, wait, it would be on this side. Upside down, inside out. All right, so here's the marker. Last time I showed you guys. Let me go ahead and take it off. So I knit from here in the blue, through the red, through the stripe, through the green and black, and through this cool color here. So I stopped with that color down up the top because I was at the end. And I just picked back up at the bottom of the next row with that same color. And I'll just stick a marker on it. So we know that's where I showed you last time. Maybe next time I finish you, it'll be done. Well, next time I finish you, I'm finishing on the brain. Next time I show it to you, maybe I'll be done. I don't know. It's still hanging out in my Whimsy Stitches bag. Oh, I should put the pattern back in there. Otherwise, that'll be lost too. I think the kiwi pattern is over there. At least I hope so. Otherwise, I'll just have to look that back up. So the thing I'm actually working on and hope to finish by next weekend is a hat. So for Ilvermorny, the current Quidditch game has started, and to satisfy the challenge, and I'm calling this a head bandage, I am knitting a hat. I haven't knit anything in forever. It's kind of weird. But I wanted a BTS inspired hat. I'm gonna go see Yet to Come in the movie theaters on the 4th. I'm gonna see the two, I can't remember if it's DX or XD, I think it's XD version where there's screens on 3 sides. Aiden and I are gonna go together. I think it's gonna be fun. But I thought, ooh, I should take this opportunity to knit myself a new hat. So I did get some BTS inspired charts from Etsy, and I can link that below. However, I'm not actually using them. I kind of used them more as inspiration. They were smaller. I think those particular charts would work better with socks, something that has a smaller diameter, less stitches around. For the hat, I wanted my pictures to be a little bigger, so I ended up not using the charts that I got on Etsy. They were like $2, and I might use them later. I might knit some socks. And they did kind of give me an idea of, it was a springboard. I used it as a springboard. So I actually charted, then I Googled, Googled pixel art for a whale and a finger heart, and that's where those came from. The waves came from Barbara Walker's pattern book that I've used in the past to design. And then I blocked out BTS Army, and I used the letters that are in the Alternates color workbook because I like how he does his letters. And then on a different graph, I marked out the BTS and Army logos, and you can see where I had done them in gray and printed them, and then I was like, I don't like that. I want them to be a little bigger, so I just kind of drew in some more blocks, and that's actually the height I ended up making them. And I'm going to add the chart that I used, that I made, to like my photos at some point. And so if you want to make this hat, you can. I'm not doing a whole pattern, but I'm trying to put notes, so hopefully you can kind of follow along should you choose to want to. So here's what I have so far. I am using this colorway, which is Rosy. It's actually an Animal Crossing inspired colorway, so you know, mixing my nerd-doms, fandoms, I guess is the word I would look. Anyway, but the yarn is from Junk Yarns, and the colorway is Rosy. This is Boss Sock 2-ply, 80% superwash merino, 20% nylon. It's the kind of yarn that has a good twist, which is kind of what I prefer. Like that. And it's a perfect little color. I likes it. So I started with that, cast on 176 stitches, and I did 15 rows of 2x2 rib. And then I put the logos in, and see, I wanted the hat to be, fans of BTS are gonna know what it is, and if it's not, then that's it. No one else is gonna know. I didn't want it to be like obvious, which is why I spelled out BTS Army, and I was gonna put that around, but then I was like, well, I'm not gonna have room for all of these before I have to start doing decreases and finish the hat. So something's got to go. And then I thought, well, I'm going to let that go because I want the logo in there. So right now I've started the waves. So I'm definitely going to do the waves and the whale, and then that might be it. The finger heart might actually not fit either. We will see. I'm totally just making this up as I go. So, but this is what I've got so far, and I really like it. Right now, my thought is I might just do the waves. That's gonna take it to about here. By the time I do the whale, it's gonna be time to start decreasing, and I'll probably just finish it up with this color. For the whale, the background I'm using is this white. I have no idea what it is. And for the waves, I'm using this blue. Also have no idea what it is. So I kind of faded this rosy into the white. Like I used more of the white and then switched to the white. And I had thought about using this for the waves and then having it fade, having the waves and then with the white background, but there's too much white in this. It didn't show up. So instead I'm using the blue, which I'm afraid might be too bright, but I think it'll be okay. I'm gonna use a good bright purple for the whale, so I think it'll work. It's my hat. Doesn't really matter as long as I'm happy with it. So that is my project this week. One, because Quidditch is over on the 29th, so it needs to be done by midnight on the 29th. And that's midnight Eastern time, and I'm Central time, and I don't want to stay up that late anyway. So I need to be working on that, and also I need to get it done because I'm going to the movies on the 4th, which gives me a whole nother week. But I want it finished by the 29th so I can turn it in and get back to some other crafting. Yeah, so that's what I'm up to. Kiwi is planned, but then, you know, I can't, I've been sucked down the K-drama and like BTS rabbit hole, and there's lots of stuff to watch and it's super funny, like BTS Run, super funny, but it's subtitled and I can't knit. Okay, I can knit and read at the same time. If I'm like knitting in the round, just knitting socks, I can do socks and read at the same time. I can probably mostly knit that blanket and read at the same time as long as I look down on the ends where you have to connect it to the previous strip. But I cannot crochet and count crochet because every row on that has to be counted to make sure I'm doing my increases and whatnots in the right spot. I can't do that and read. So I need to find something to watch that will let me craft to get some things done. I actually did start watching Friends. I've watched probably all of the episodes at some point over the years, but I've never watched it from like beginning to end. So I've decided that would be a good thing to binge, and I don't really have to pay that much attention to because, like I said, I've watched most of it, but it'll keep me entertained. So that is my plan. Whether or not it works, we'll see. All right, so that is all I have for today. Hopefully by the time I see you again, we'll have a hat to wear. You guys have a lovely week. Happy crafting, and I'll see you next weekend.